Tell me what you did with the regional yesterday.
The city's cold and empty. No one around to tell me. Oh, really, I'm gonna. And I said, ooh.
Hello, YouTube. This is Ibuprofen here. I'm a little shaking right now. I'm in the presence of greatness. Can I tell who are you? Can you just tell me who you are?
I don't know, bro. Kush is my cologne. Kush, whatever people know me as.
Oh my goodness.
One Piece player.
It's been 2 weeks. You've been so busy with the grinding. I missed you. I missed you in your top. What was that? You went to core. You went to core online.
Well, I did it for my home. Yeah, core online. I got top 31st at core.
You went to One Piece Day.
One Piece Day as well. Got top 16 day one, and then top 64 day two.
Oh my goodness! And from my understanding, you've been running the same deck.
Yes, the ratios changed slightly, but the same deck. It was Dofi the whole time.
Dofi the whole time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness!
Pre-ban.
The reason why I'm so nervous today is we don't have a local legend anymore. We have a nationally ranked player. Can you just talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So if you top events, depending on the amount of players, I think I want to say over 500 for offline events, or maybe it's the other way around where it's like over 500 for online and then like 500 or less for offline. You'll get limitless points, which is like, it's like whatever. I mean, it's cool for you to see like your history, how well you're doing. So it's not that bad. They have like a One Piece ranking system. I don't know how much like cloud or weight it actually holds, but it does feel good. But I've gotten enough points to be in like the top 100 of NA only. I'm not good enough to hit like worldwide.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Hopefully that's the plan.
Oh wow! Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That was a big accomplishment. You just went to every single tournament that you went to these past couple weeks. You topped and you topped again. You went top 16 and One Piece Day one, top 64. Can you just talk about that experience? I know there's a lot of people already interviewed, but coming from a nationally ranked player, what was your day like?
I mean, it was fire. It was fun. I did have a great One Piece Day. Was good. You get the promos and all that. It was pretty fun. My only issue with it was that we didn't get to enjoy everything, right? Because they had like 2 halls. They had like one area where there was the players, like side events. You could pick up some like merch and stuff like that. And then they had another hall where it was like, I believe it was like general entry or something like that. You can pick up like even more stuff, see people performing or whatever it was. They had a drone show on Sunday. Like, because I played both days and it went like the whole tournament, I wasn't really able to experience any of that because we were just busy, right? Because you're in like another hall away.
You're competing, yeah.
Yeah. So that was like my only gripe with it, but it was pretty cool. They had food there, which is real good.
Free food?
No.
Oh, okay.
But it was just like convenient. You just come right outside the tournament area. There's like a little food there, so you can. The pods were kind of cool because it was like all set up in one area. So it's like B was the middle, and A is the right, and C at the end. So everybody was like right there. You get to see all the people that you know and compete with and all that. So overall, I think it was good. If they keep doing it that way, it's good. I just hope the venue changes. I hope that we just get different areas, like maybe Cali. Hopefully, one day we get a West Coast one over here.
That would be super cool.
Seattle or something. But overall, the experience was fun.
For sure.
I always love traveling. I always try to go as much as I can. I always tell anybody, if you want to compete, then whatever you get as far as prize and you make some money, go travel. It's like the best experience ever. You get to network with good players. You get to meet other people, get to talk about stuff, learn like all kinds of cool things while playing the game, buy merch and all that. You get like exclusive items sometimes, like the Utadon. I don't have any. And then the Lucci pack, the promo illustration card box.
Yeah, those look nice.
Yeah, they were fire.
And I'll post your deck right here.
Yeah, right here's the list right here. This will be the list right here.
Yeah, because I've been tracing you down. You've been so busy. I know the ban happened not too long ago. Can you just speak on that? I see. So you brought Dofi back to back tops. How do you feel about this Jinbei ban?
I think it was necessary. I personally thought Teach was going to get banned, 2 calls Teach, because I thought that card just like sets up way too much for Dofi. But I think the Jinbei ban isn't bad. I feel like all the bans were pretty much justified. Everybody in the community hates Gecko pretty much. That doesn't play black, obviously.
Day one.
As a former black player myself.
Since day one.
Yeah, I think that was necessary. Ice Age was one of the strongest one-cost events in the game, so that had to go. Raigo, I don't know. Maybe they're going to bring out like some future stuff, but it's yellow. Who cares about the NL players anyway? But overall, as far as Dofi goes, I think it was fine. I don't think the deck is completely dead. I definitely think it got like hit a little bit. So I think it's still pretty good. Even an OP10 after bans. I don't know if it's like tier 1. I mean, we don't have any real tournaments yet, so we'll have to see. But I think it is still strong enough for people to play if they're like interested in playing the deck. If you put all your time in the Dofi, you're like, I don't want to grind anything else until like what is it? Luffy comes out in set 11 or
the EBO2.
Yeah, so you can still play Dofi. I think it's fine. I think the bands just slowed it down a little bit, but now like you just tech a little bit more for whatever matchups you expect. And plus, like your Blackbeard matchup is good, right? Blackbeard is still a strong contender to be one of the best decks. So.
No, right on. So I see that you have. Is this the leader that you pulled up with? I see you have the OPO1 OG leader.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's all this?
Okay, so this is the Dofi leader. Obviously, this is the one I played. I've been playing Dofi. I played it all online Treasure Cups. I had a top 32. It was mainly just to get practice and reps in for One Piece Day, which worked. And then this one here, it goes with the mat. Shout out to KDaesign.
Oh, KDaesign. Who's that?
They are one of our local. What would you call them? Like business owners, I guess, like entrepreneurs.
They're part of the community.
Yeah. They are part of the
game.
community.
They show up.
As far as like they make play masks, they make custom leaders and all that. Every time I go to any tournament, whether it's like regional or I do like Treasure Cups, people always ask me about the mat. This is custom made, as you can see. It says like One Piece reps. It has two sides to it. So they have this. So they made this for us. Everyone that had their Nats invite, last Nats. And
the one in Orlando, cool. Right?
Yep. And they let us design what we wanted. They gave us the freedom to say, hey, what kind of mat would you like on? So everyone has the same. You have one as well. Show yours. You got one as well.
I do.
So the link will be somewhere over here somewhere. But it is KDaesign, if you won't mind posting that. They make custom leaders. They do play mats. They have dice. They have all kinds of cool stuff. I would definitely check them out. Everyone always asks me, and I never have like cards on me.
Yeah.
But I talk to them, and they're going to give me like some cards to hand out because I think they're stuff is really. I mean, I love this playmat. I use this playmat all the time, and the custom leader is sick. I mean, look at that. It's fire,
the
right?
detail's crazy with the eyes. I don't think the camera's doing it injustice, but you can see his pupil behind the glasses. Like it looks really good.
Yeah. So shout out to KDaesign once again because they're big over here in Oregon. They design leaders, they design playmats, they make dice and all that, and it's all fire. It's gas.
Right on. Moving forward, though, I know this is our locals right here.
Shout out to Kronos.
They're playing a tournament. Moving forward, I know you're planning on competing.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to talk about your previous accomplishments because you've been killing it. Your national the national ranking speaks for itself.
Stop.
But
stop.
Moving forward, I know you have Pasadena going up. Can you just talk about your mindset on how are you grinding? What decks are you looking forward to? And what do you think is going to be, let's say, the top tier, like the top decks to look out for in the few weeks? Because I think Pasadena is coming up.
Yeah, Pasadena's on the 12th. As far as like grinding, I mean, obviously we have Sim, so I've been playing ranked Sim, doing a lot of that. And just like play testing with my friends and all that, going over like Decklist, seeing any kind of like results. I think we just had a tournament, was like Brisbane or something like that, was a regional. I don't know if that was pre-ban. I think it might have been, but there was a couple tournaments. And so it's just like any kind of information I can get to see what the decks are. As far as like the best decks, I still think Dofi and Teach are going to be good. I think Zoro, Betty have bumped up a tier. Obviously, Red Green Smoker is pretty good. Most people are like defaulting to Shanks or Bonnie as the two best decks in the format. I think they're both good. I think people are sleeping still on decks like Lucci, Black Smoker, things like that.
Oh, okay.
As long as like Black just has so many tools. Like obviously you lose like the 22 down worth of tempo for one turn, the Ice Age removal I think is even worse than Gecko. But overall, I think the deck is still strong. I think people have, if you look at like the rank sim, you look at the stats and stuff like that. I don't think it holds too much weight, but it gives you like a snapshot of what the meta potentially might be. And a lot of people are running like Lucci, bring cards back like 6 calls, Brooks, stuff like that. So I think it's interesting. I think the top decks of Pasadena, in my opinion, I think it might stay the same. We'll probably get a Teach top 8 for sure. Probably a Zoro. My pick to win it all might be like Zoro or maybe. Just throw a dark or Lucci. Zoro Lucci might win. That's my picks. Hey, if they don't top, they don't top. But it's a one-day event for Pasadena. Virginia is also the same day, but it's a 2-day event. So that might be a little bit different. But I think decks like Purple Luffy are still strong. So obviously like Purple Luffy, Zoro, Teach, Shanks, Bonnie. And then from there, I think the people are going to still cope like Usopp, Lucci, things like that. Yeah, so I think personally like the Blackbeard, the Teach. I mean, the Blackbeard, the Zoro, and then maybe Shanks or Bonnie are like the top decks. But I think it'll change. It just depends because when you get like a band like this, like when they did that the one time with Newgate, Nami, and all that, when they like changed it up a little bit, we got like a bunch of Katakuri's and Law and all that was still being played. So I think this meta people might just like make some jank like Shanks or Zoro list that could potentially just deal with everything. So it should be interesting. It should be fun. I'm
like those animal pirate Shanks
animal pirate Shanks, Zoo Shanks.
We got the Luffy like
Straw Hat Shanks, anything like that. I mean,
yeah, I noticed like when you're talking, it seems like there's so many viable leaders in this set.
It's an open meta.
Do you feel like this meta is healthy? How do you feel about that? I know some people are like, I need tier 0 meta. I need a healthy meta. How do you feel in the outlook of the One Piece and the moving forward?
This is like one of my first competitive card games. So for me, I'm like still kind of new to it. I think that it's not bad. I do enjoy like a meta being kind of open, but I like it when we have like an idea of what it looks like. Like after we have a couple tournaments, like next month, we'll have an idea of what OP 10 will look like. But then we have like, I think, a month before we get EV2. So it'll change up again. But right now, I think it's not too bad. I think it's a little healthy. I would rather have like 3 or 4 decks be the best decks. But because we have so many viable decks right now, I don't think it's that terrible. I do enjoy it. I look forward to what the meta is going to shape out to be. I just wish there was a tournament before Pasadena so I can get a better idea. So I know what to play. Yeah. Right now I'm just like, I don't know. There's so many different decks I want to play.
No, right on. And like moving forward, I know you're an OG Zoro guy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, baby.
So that's going to be really exciting. You can say no. Because this video is going to drop before Pasadena.
Okay.
What deck are you thinking on bringing with you? Is there like a top 3 that you're thinking about, or is there a one that you just narrow on? You just know?
Well, I love Zoro, right? I love red, so like Shanks, Zoro, I think are pretty good. I don't know. Shanks is like love-hate because I think it's like bait, but then I think it's good. And then you play a couple games like I hate this deck. So maybe one of those two. Bonnie's also on the radar. And I think worst case scenario, I probably might just default to Teach. It just depends what I expect the meta to be.
Right on.
If a lot of people, everyone's like a big fan of Zoro, so if it does come back, then I think it's hard to play decks like Teach. Because then it's just like, why would you play, a deck that loses to Zoro so bad when you're going to play 6-7 Zoros that tournament, right?
Yeah.
And I always love mirror match. I thought Zoro mirror matches were some of the most fun mirror matches I've ever had. So, I mean, if everyone's playing Zoro, I might just hop on the Zoro. It might just be Zoro again, honestly. Might just bring back the big face because it's like my favorite leader. So,
yeah. Before I let you go, I know we talked about a lot. You've been topping. We got the list, pop up right here, but that's gonna be changing, right? Because of the ban.
Yeah.
I know you're not new to the YouTube channel. You've been here a lot.
Times, maybe once or twice.
Now that you've earned a cereal, you've been topping consistently. I've heard a rumor that you started coaching people.
Yeah, here and there. Yeah,
here and there. Is that open to the public? Is that only locally?
I tried to. When I first started, it was just local. I just wanted to help the local scene be a little more competitive. It's not like we got terrible players here. Everyone's pretty like knowledgeable as far as the game goes, and they play a lot. And I feel like the more you play, the better you get. But it's just like things that help me as a player. Like I, did a couple sessions of coaching, or we'll go to tournaments and talk to some of my peers, and then like they'll point like little fundamental things. So I kept it locally, but I ended up branching out to a couple of people outside of locals, which haven't been bad. They haven't gotten like a cereal yet, which is on the radar. It'll come for them.
You trying to bring people up with you.
Yeah. Hey man, like if I eat, we all eat. That's how I feel. I feel like you should always just, like be in competition with yourself and never try to gatekeep someone else from like knowledge or getting better. So I mean, it's mainly just locally, but I've always like if someone reaches out to me and they're like cool and I know them or something like that, or like they know some people I know, I don't have a problem with it. I might pause it a little bit while I figure the meta out, like because it's so early. So it's more about just like understanding like the meta and knowing what you need to play or like what ratios, what decks we tech for, and then maybe I'll like start doing it again. But right now I haven't been doing it at all because it was mainly just to help like people fundamentally, and then people came to me like, oh, how do I play this deck? What are like the curves, the tech stuff like that. But I think when you coach someone, you want to give them so much. Like sometimes like an hour might not be enough. 2 hours might not be enough. You want to give them as much value as you can. So sometimes it's just like you don't have enough time to do it, so it doesn't feel like the right thing to do. So for me, I'm like 50-50. It's like I enjoy it, but I always want to give them as much information as I can to help them out. So sometimes like, damn, I wish you had more time. So
very thoughtful.
But, yeah.
That's love right there.
As always, man. You always got to take care of the community. One Piece is about the journey. It's always about the journey.
Facts.
Remember that. Remember that.
One Piece is real, folks.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Before I let you go, I know
you got another round,
yeah,
right?
yeah, we got a round coming up. Before I let you go, any shout outs? I know you shouted multiple times, but
I shout people. I shout the same people out all the
Same
time. So we're gonna
people.
do some shout out to B.C. Chow. That's my guy right there. He provides me with like my decks mainly. Like he just max rarity decks. That's my goal. Him, Keep It Yours. Shout out to the two goats. They always hook me up.
So that's why you look so pretty on the stream.
Yeah. I mean, besides the face, you know what I'm saying. Also, I give a shout out to the person who created the Discord, Jackson. The Oregon local hero here. He played what was it, Magic Nats?
Yep, he did.
Like a month ago, and he ended up getting second and getting guaranteed the worlds. So shout outs.
Ooh,
he says I never
deal.
shout him out, so there you go. And then just everybody I play with. I mean, honestly, there's just so many people to name. I've grown like pretty big in the community as far as friendships and people I know and play test with and everything like that. So everyone that knows me, anyone that watches the video, all the locals here, the stores, all that, like as long as I can keep like interacting, being social with people and playing the game, I'll never stop playing this game. It's always so much fun.
And this is like a small turnout, even though there's a lot of people here.
Yeah, shout out to Kronos.
Shout out to Kronos.
And all the other locals as well. Shout out to everybody. We have locals like 7 days a week.
I know.
If you're a One Piece enjoyer, you cannot complain about that.
Yeah, 7 days in Oregon, they take care of you here.
Yeah, no, they do for sure.
But I really appreciate your
Thank you
your knowledge, you sharing all that great stuff. Best of luck in Pasadena.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Someday